Hello and welcome to Gaming Game. My name is Muzz and I'm going to talk to you about my new hobby, professional wrestling. Now, to some of you who might have known me for a while, this might have come out as a bit of a shock. Not really a shock, but it might be a bit of change of direction from what I have been usually doing as my hobbies. But I have really been a fan of professional wrestling since I was very young. Since I guess I can't really remember what was the first shows that I watched, but it was kind of in the period of like first year of high school, so I was maybe about 12 or 13 up until probably 16. So, and then I've kind of kept tabs on it over those numerous years, but then when AEW started, I really got back into it and got invested in kind of storylines and the characters, and I have really been enjoying AEW, and I've kind of watched some WWE stuff, but WWE in my opinion isn't as good as AEW at the moment, but that's a whole nother discussion. So why professional wrestling? What you might be asking, I'm someone who has done traditional sports all my life, football, athletics, volleyball, all rules, regulations, all that. And so why move on to something that's, let's just get the elephant out of the room, it's a scripted event. Essentially it's more of a dance than a sport, if you like. There's more choreography, but I like that aspect of it. I think I'm still being physically active, but I'm also telling a story, I'm also acting, I'm also, I'm depending on, the character I'm playing, I'm either trying to get the crowd on my side or trying to, antagonize the crowd, get them to boo me. But, so I've been doing it for, I started at the kind of end of August, beginning of September this year. I done some one-to-one sessions just to try it out. I just wanted to see if I could take a bump first and foremost, which is where you crash down on the mat. Initially I didn't think it hurt as bad as what I thought, but then I've had a few bad ones where I'm like, oh okay. Running the ropes is fun. I really enjoy running the ropes. So then I made the next step, which was kind of try out a training course for 8 weeks. So I'd done that at GPWA, where I met a load of lovely guys who are far more passionate about wrestling than I will ever be. But yeah, just really nice, and we're all really supportive. We all seem to be at a similar level as well, where we weren't like holding each other up. Everyone was really taking on board what was being said and then performing it in the ring. So we were learning the basics, roles, we learned obviously rope running, we learned some grappling type maneuvers, so arm lock, wrist lock, headlock, that sort of stuff. And that was kind of the end of the 8 weeks. Now at the end of the 8 weeks, I've obviously moved up to Aberdeen, where I have joined another wrestling training program. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to trying out and just working out. The training that I'm doing at the moment is a little bit less structured because it's more different of the ability levels. Like I was at training on Monday and we had people who had probably been doing it for don't know how ever many years, but they were very good, and then you had a few people like me who were just starting out. So yeah, I'm really just looking forward to the challenge of it. I've always considered myself as someone who likes to step outside their comfort zone, and this is, I think, a big departure from that. I think all the stuff that I've done on the YouTube channel with regards to the kind of acting side of it, some of my favourite things to do and some of the best content that I think I've produced, some of my ones that I think I can go back to and go, yeah, that was a fun one. And I think, yeah, that is pretty much it. I mean, it is going to take some time before I get into the ring and do a proper match, but I'm more than happy to do that. Training is one of my favourite elements of any activity. I love learning new things, I love trying to get better, and I don't think wrestling's going to be any different. I just need to be more theatrical or be more flamboyant when I'm being a wrestler and being in the ring. It's something that I am currently struggling with. The bumps are still really, there's just a mental block in there, to take a bump. It's just the idea that when you get hit, you fall down and you try to make it look as sore as possible with obviously protecting yourself, but it's going against kind of everything that you've been taught in life. If you're going to fall, you're going to reach for something to try and stop yourself. But I think it is an exciting part of the journey, and I don't know if I'll do any updates. Maybe if I get a match or anything. I don't anticipate that'll be for months, maybe even years. Who knows how I develop, but I think I've got a good foundation to at least. I mean, I'm obviously physically fit. It's just the kind of the more technical side of, I guess, the activity that I'm kind of going to struggle with. Technical ability, as anyone might know, has never been my strongest point, especially in football. I am the workhorse of the team, but I'm not the creator of the team. But that's just the way it works. So I'm gonna give it a bash. Hopefully, gonna be there for don't know how for very long. I don't anticipate me going back to any more traditional sports full time, or not full time, but like going back to training. I've done athletics, I've done football, volleyball. I kind of wish I've maybe given it more of a bash, but it was just the injuries that really stopped me from playing that, and I don't really want to go back to volleyball, whereas athletics and football would be more appealing to go back to, just because I love the training that's involved with that, especially athletics. I just love the physical training. So when the technical stuff comes out, I'm like, eesh. But anyway, that is my video on my new hobby. So let me know what you think. Are you a fan of wrestling? Have you done any wrestling yourself? Have you ever thought about, want to try something but not really want it? Because I never really thought of doing it until this year. Honestly, I'm surprised I never thought about doing it before. But hey, I guess we have a plan, and it never occurred to me because I was doing other things. So let me know what you think, and with all that being said, all that's left to say, any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.